has always told the drivers, white flag is out, 1 lap to go, keep your eye on the rear vision mirror. He said it's extremely important. I don't believe that you have to tell Richard Petty to keep his eyes in the rear vision mirror.
I reckon he's throwing it out the window right now. I don't think he's even interested. But there they go, and they're coming.
Everybody is standing here at the Daytona International Speedway. Look at David Pearson. He has moved closer. Can he do it?
He's going to pull out now. He's going to try for the top.
I don't know. He's down on the inside. He's even. He's got the lead, but there's a car ahead of him. There is a slower car ahead of him. And Richard Petty and Pearson go high. Pearson now has the lead. Petty tries to go back down on the inside. As they come out of the fourth turn, they only have about 750 yards to go. Oh! It's a straightaway. They did hit. Petty smashes into the wall. Will he come across the start-finish line? He's going to win the race. He's going to win it spinning, as he, I believe, will take the checkered flag. No, he did not make it. He is less than 100 yards from it. Here comes Pearson. Pearson is going to try to make it across the finish line. Petty has his car going. Pearson's going to win it. Oh, fashion triangle. He wins the race.
What a finish for a motorcycle. I've never seen anything like that.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable, because here is Richard Petty, not more than maybe 150 feet from it.
He's got it started up, and he's crossed the finishing line as well.
He did it. He beat Benny Parsons across, so he gets second place.
But he's been pushed. There may be an infringement of the regulations there. He's been pushed. So it'll be interesting to see what the officials have to say about this. But what a spectacular finish. We'll have to look at that finish again, because it really was a question of Richard Petty and David Pearson really moving in on each other there in the most spectacular manner in the last corner of the racetrack.
It looked actually like a demolition derby. It looked as if the car that kept it moving was going to win it, and that's exactly what happened. Well, Chris, I don't know whether you saw it or not, but if you didn't, you really missed it.
Well, Richard's getting out of his car. Their boys are unhooking him. He looks all right. Are you all right, Richard? What happened?
Well,
let's face the camera on the road, Richard.
They went around me, and he had to let off, and I drove on in under him. When I did, the front end broke loose and got him sideways.
Okay, Richard Petty walking away from his own words. We're going now to victory lane and try and talk with the winner. Petty is all right physically. He didn't even seem mad, Bill.
No, but
just as a matter of factly.
I don't think David Pearson can even see that hood is wrinkled up in front of him there. That's got to be the most mangled car, Chris, that you'll ever see in victory lane.
Well, we'll be there in a few minutes, Bill, and we'll have a chat done with David Pearson. Back to you.
All right, let's take a look at it again. As they came off that final turn, we had told you stay with us. Here it is.
Okay, Richard Petty in the car on the lower part there. He comes through at turn 4. It was a late, and look at the car sliding. The tire smoke's coming off, and it seems that he slid in there to David Pearson. He slides across him. Then he tries to correct, and it looks just at this moment as if he's got it corrected. David Pearson's car slams right in to the wall, very hard as you can see. Then Richard Petty starts to go loose again. The tail end is out. He overcorrects the car, and it too goes straight into that wall there. An accident that could almost be described as a motorcycle, a tank slapping accident. The car goes one way 1 minute and then another. He keeps the car spinning, hoping to get it across the finishing line. David Pearson runs into another car on pit lane as he comes across there. And you can see the car of Richard Petty, now in the center of your picture, still coming to the infield. If he had slid for about another 100 feet, he would have managed to cross that finishing line. And there's the live picture of the smash car coming down, Bill.
All right, and Petty just leaned in David's window, and I'll bet that he probably said, David, I'm sorry, doggone it. It was my fault. I was in front of you. But what a finish to that race. And, of course, the real excitement was when both cars were down on the infield. Pearson was about, I would say, 200 feet from the finish line, maybe Petty 100 feet. Petty couldn't get his car going, but Pearson could get his going. He limped across, and he won the race. Chris, you're down there? Hello. Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, well, I've never seen one like this. The first place, second place car, so badly damaged. David is still in the car. He's getting out now, and we hope to be able to get a word with him. He moves his helmet. He's just like Petty, very unconcerned and very orderly. He's putting his goggles back up on the mirror. just as though it was a regular ride. Hey, David, you guys are really in show business. What a finish. What actually happened up there?
Well, Chris, I drafted by him going down the backstretch, and naturally, I guess that his car got to pushing or something, and he just pushed right on up into me and naturally hit me and spun me around. And
what did he say to you? What did he say to you?
And stopped before he got across the finish line, and I cranked back up and kept going.
Well, you know, I talked with Richard. He didn't sound mad at all or upset. He just explained it much like you did. There's no hard feelings here, is there?
No, because I really don't think he meant to do it. I really don't. Because, of course, you know, he was trying to win a race just like I was. And, of course, my car was pushing, too. I was running so hard. And naturally, when I got in front of him, it hasn't pushed that much worse, so he just pushed right into me.
Okay, back to the normal victory lane interview, David. You're the first man to win a second Daytona 500 outside of Richard Petty, and our congratulations to you. Aside from the finish, can you think about what it means?
Well, it means a lot to me, Chris, because I've been trying so long to win this race, and I just could never be able to do it. And so I told him on the radio right before things started, I said, what am I going to do with this boy on my tail? Because I knew good and well he was going to stay there, but he made a mistake and passed me, and so that's what I wanted him to do.
You had a great drive. We know everybody's happy, and congratulations again. David Pearson, the winner of the 18th annual Daytona 500 in one of the most spectacular finishes any auto race has ever had.
Okay, now the reason that David was a little confused there, Chris, on what you said was that, you know, he did not win last year, although, you know, it looked like he was going to win it. This is the first time that he has ever won this race. So it is an extremely important win to him. He's won everything else in sight, including 4 times for the Firecracker 400. Here it is again. This is what happened when Petty cut in front. Pearson went down, just did nick another car. Now, this is where it was critical. This is where Richard Petty is less than 100 feet from the finish line. He couldn't get it going.
That's right. His engine was stalled, and it may be that David Pearson's engine never did stall, because you can see David Pearson coming from the grass there and crossing that line, and there's the checkered flag for him. So it could be that while he was spinning, he kept his engine running, which is a good trick for a race driver. Now, you can see these crewmen pushing Richard Petty's car. Now, this is an infringement of the regulations. He was getting outside help, and he could do with a little outside help from there, but in fact, he's getting pushed across the finishing line. It'll be interesting to see what the final results will be on that.
Okay, and as you can see, nobody has left. Everybody is still standing, trying to soak up that last almost impossible moment in automobile racing. So David Pearson wins his first Daytona 500 with it $44,000. And in all, one of the most unusual and exciting finishes ever in the history of NASCAR Grand National Racing. We'll be back in just a moment.